When you're creating the garden of your dream, the first thing you should think about is what would your perfect garden look like? In my dream, I wake up and go to gather a new bouquet for the house. Everyone can buy flowers from the market, but it's a completely different feeling when you pick up fresh flowers and greens that you grew yourself. Think about your perfect bouquet. What would it look like? What colors would it include and shapes? And just grow it yourself. Every day garden teaches me something new, and when I started, I surrounded myself with dozens of books, trying to absorb different ideas to find my own ideal garden design. And today, I wanted to share with you my favorite book so far that I would recommend you to have and to read it in order to create your beautiful garden. Here's my little library, and it has only the books that I love and read, and I separate them in different themes so it's easier to access. And today we are exploring my garden section. They are all different, but all of them reflect my style and vision of the ideal garden design. Start with ideas. Start with finding your ideal zones in the garden. For this, I recommend this book because it consists different pictures of different gardens all over the world, and you can find different ideas for your own garden because you don't have to stick to just one particular theme. You can pick up different bits and bobs from different gardens. This book is another book that collects different pictures of the gardens all over the world, and it's just very beautifully designed, and I really like it. It's really inspiring, and they're different, and you can find different gardens that were not included in the previous book. Okay, this book is just a cheat sheet. If you don't know a lot about gardening, but you want your plants to survive, you have to know at least some essentials about planting, about types of soil, about types of flowers, because some flowers don't come back and they just designed for 1 year, and some flowers just die and come back next year. And in order to know all the essentials, I really recommend you to have this book. As well as Japanese gardens, I'm a huge fan of naturalistic gardens because it's like yin and yang. Japanese gardens are quite still, and naturalistic are very dynamic. So I'm trying to combine these two styles in my own garden. And I really recommend you to have this book. It is absolutely gorgeous and it shows you so many different designs and ideas, and you will definitely find something that you like and you will implement it for your own garden. In the end of this book, they even have specific pictures of the plants you can buy to create those combinations. Another must-have book is this one that consists the ideas of different landscape designers, and in this book they show how exactly they were planning the whole garden, how they were planning the zones and tying it all together, and they have very practical recommendations in here and also beautiful pictures so you can easily visualize how that arrangement would look in your own garden. And this landscape designer, it's my personal favorite because from his picture, this exact one, I started collecting ideas for my garden. I was absolutely amazed by the cloud in combination with tulips. And yeah, every single design that he makes, I really admire. And this book opened up for me more different garden landscape designs that he's done in different places and in Buckingham Palace as well, as if I'm not mistaken, because he was commissioned to create a garden to mark Her Majesty the Queen's Golden Jubilee in 2002. Piet's Odolph's book is absolute must-have. It's a practical, huge choice of advices on how to create atmospheric plantings, playing with color and texture and light and movement. And with his plans and diagrams, you will create combinations like a professional landscape designer. And this is another book by Piet in collaboration with Henk Gerritsen. They arrange the plants according to their behaviors and strengths and the uses. And whether you choose wild or neat planting, you will definitely find some plants for yourself and for your garden. And interesting that all of these flowers will look beautifully throughout the season, and it's quite easy to maintain them. This book can easily go to the first section, but I decided to leave it here because it's not just beautiful inside with gorgeous pictures and so many ideas of different gardens. It has also so much information about the origins of the garden design and how people started gardening. And it's just very interesting if you want to go deep and explore and learn more about gardening. For those who are interested in gardening but also want to dip their toes into science behind plants, you will find everything about plant naming, seed germination and growing and pruning, soil science, pests and diseases and their treatments, and plant pathology, and also it all accompanied by beautiful old style illustrations of each plant. This is the second book from the same series, but it's more focused on the plant families. And plants in particular families share certain features, which enables you to mix displays effectively. And using this book, you can teach yourself how to recognize similar characteristics among thousands of plants and identify which family they belong to. And here we come to my personal treasure. And this book was created in 1543, and now I've got it in a reprint made by Taschen in a bundle of 2 books. And it's made by Leonard Fox originally, that's now a founding father of modern botany. And in this book, he combined his knowledge of botanical and groundbreaking medical research. And this catalog consists of over 500 types of plants and their healing properties. And all these illustrations were created by him and hand colored. And finally, my recommendations on Japanese gardens. And first one will be, of course, this book because it collects all the gardens from Kyoto and they are just masterpieces. Each and one of them are just gorgeous, and I picked so many ideas just from reading one book, and I really recommend you to have it if you want to create something in Japanese style. Next book would definitely be this one because it not only consists of different pictures of different gardens, it goes deep into the history of Japanese gardens and explains you a lot how it appeared, how it was developing, and yeah, it's very helpful and also very inspiring. The last book of my list will be my favorite book. I haven't read any other books so thoroughly as I did this one because it's about creating a Japanese tea house, but I included it in here because it also will help you to understand how Japanese garden works with the surroundings, and it will help you to create your design in a proper way. You've made it to this part, it means you're very patient, and I hope this information was helpful for you. Last note and tip for you would be just keep the notes of all the information you gathered on the plants or ideas or the names of the books, and then all the juice from your knowledge will be gathered in one place. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely week.